So good afternoon, everybody. I am Sukriti Arora, Assistant Professor, DME Media School of Delhi Metropolitan Education, Noida, welcoming you all to this webinar on choosing the right stream after class 10th. The basic purpose of this seminar is to facilitate students in the process of making an informed decision about their higher education and thereafter their careers. Earlier, it used to be a very common notion that students with highest marks used to go for science stream, and then the ones with lower marks would go for commerce and humanities and so on. However, these notions are no longer valid. I'm not sure how valid they were earlier as well, but no longer they are applicable. So we are here to clarify the myths about these streams and to help you identify which stream is best suited for you and your career dreams. So we have with us Dr. Shalini Gautam, Associate Professor of Management at DME, that is Delhi Metropolitan Education, affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University. She is also the head of Outreach Cell at DME. A learned faculty with over 20 years of experience, ma'am has worked in the industry as well as in academia. And she has worked with leading banks such as HSBC and Standard Chartered before she joined academics in 2011. She's an avid researcher with around 20 research papers and case studies to her credit. Ma'am, I now hand over the virtual dais to you to please begin the session. Thank you. Shalini ma'am, are you able to hear?
Give me a second. Yes, I was on mute. Yes. So good afternoon, all of you. Good afternoon to all the teachers who have taken their precious time out for this session. And you students also, I know that all of you are tired since morning. You are taking your classes and now this session. But I can assure you that we won't take much of your time. It is more of a, you can say, I would like to make it more interactive and try to clear certain important myths when you try to choose the stream after class 10th, right? So, ma'am, is my screen visible? My presentation, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am, we can see it.
Okay, great. So, students, before I start my session, I would just like to ask, how many of you have already selected or made up your mind that this is the stream which you are going to choose? Can I mean, you can just raise your hands on your screen. Okay, many of you, very good. Good to see that. So many of you have chosen the streams that you have, and I hope that it is your choice and not your friends and family's choice. Is that the case? Is that the case? I hope so. Right? So good to see that you have a clarity in your mind. So we will probably just reiterate few of the things which will give you the clarity as far as the decision making is concerned, right? So I'm not able to change my screen. Ma'am, is my screen, am I on the second slide?
It is changing now. However, Shalini ma'am, I'd request you to minimize the participant list that maybe you can see on the right side of your screen, because that is overlapping on your content then.
Oh, wait a second.
Yes, you can minimize it to maybe one participant or entirely, or keep it, just drag it to the extreme right side. That way it won't interfere. Yeah, now the entire.
Now it is fine, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, right. Okay, so right now if I talk about 10th standard students, there are a lot of issues that are faced by the students, right? There are a lot of things which the student think about, whether to go for science. Science also, there are a lot of choices right now with the AI and all those things coming up. Also, if you look at it, many of the students who choose the options right now, like after 10th or after 12th, it has been seen that as per the latest research, more than 50% of the students, they are not clear which course should they be joining after 12th or which college should they be joining after 12th, right? Many of the students, even after getting admission in IITs and all, there was this study that around 3,000 students across
Shalini ma'am, I'm sorry, you've just gotten muted somehow. Please unmute yourself again. Yes.
Okay, so was I muted since the beginning or?
No, just the last sentence.
Just the last sentence. Okay. So I was saying that a lot of students, they are not clear about what is the, which is the college, which is the course that they are going to opt for, right? They are also not clear about, even after getting the admission. So I was saying, as per the latest study, around 3,000 students have dropped out of IIT in the middle of the course, right? So even after getting admission in the prestigious institutes like IIT, the students themselves, they are not sure about the, about the course and all which they are choosing. So the thing is, when you try to decide that, okay, which is the course that you are going to take after 10th, it basically journey inwards rather than an outward journey, right? You need to understand your skills, your aptitude, and accordingly take a decision, right? Now, moving ahead, there are a lot of issues. Now, I must tell you in this session, in next 40-45 minutes, we are not going to tell you which stream is the best, right? Because actually nothing is best or worst, right? It all depends upon the individual. But we are going to talk about the various issues that are faced by the students, how to take care of those issues, right? What are the various streams that are on offer, right? And how you can take your decision in a clear mind, right? Without taking pressure from anyone, right? So this is what this session is all about. Don't expect us to give you any eureka moment at the end of the session, but it is more of an introspection that you need to do yourself when you are choosing a stream after class 10, right? So moving ahead, right? So the first issue which the students face after 10 is the confusion from the choices. Now, if you talk to your parents in the earlier days, about a decade or 2 decades back, the choices were very, very clear, right? It was humanities, science, and commerce, right? Without any thing. In fact, when I did my science, it was biology and maths both. So it was PCBM. Right now you have a choice, PCB, PCM. You have a choice. You can take, many of the schools are offering, artificial intelligence courses. Many of them are offering legal studies, entrepreneurship, right? These are the courses which are the, which are in what you say right now. But with so many choices which we are giving to the students, there's sometimes, in marketing, which we teach here, there is a term which is known as paradox of choice, right? Now, paradox of choice is basically talking about that when you give more choices to the consumer, right? When he's going to take a decision to purchase things and he has a whole catalog of products and a whole thing of products on the shelves of the retail store, then he gets so confused that he will probably not be buying the product at all, right? Or he is so confused that he will be probably taking a wrong decision, right? So similarly, if I bring that paradox of choice analogy to your stream choice, that's happening right now also, right? Because it is not as simple as choosing humanities, commerce, and science, but which are the subjects that you would like, which are the course that you are going to take in future, right? Because the changes happen. And please, I would also like to say here that even if you have made a choice, you will always, have the option to change it, right? No, that's not a problem. After 12th also, you can, I have seen many science students doing English honors after 12th, right? So that's not a problem. But the thing is that if you are clear from the beginning, if you know that what you are going to do, the things become easier, right? Without any heartburns and without any frustration and all, things become easier. The choices can be changed at any given point in time, right? Now, this is the first issue which the students are facing. Also, the second issue which the students are facing are the lack of research. Now, you know that you would like to do, say, eco-honors. I'm just giving the example. I'm sure that most of you would be knowing this. But if you want to do eco-honors, and eco is one of the subjects which is available in humanities as well, right? In humanities also, you can choose eco-honors. But DU has made it mandatory that to do eco-honors, you need to have maths with you, right? So if you are doing commerce without maths, right? Or if you have taken humanities without maths, you probably cannot choose eco honors as your graduate subject, right? So this is just one of the examples which I am giving you, but there are a lot of other things also which you need to take care of, right? You need to be sure that, okay, what is it that you actually want to do? Suppose if you are doing psychology honors, right? You want to do psychology honors. Now, as per the present, I don't know if it gets changed once you after 2 years or so, but at present, if you want to do psychology honors, it is not compulsory to have psychology as your subject in class 11th and 12th, right? So many students feel that, okay, if I am not studying psychology in 11th and 12th, I won't be able to do psychology honors. You can do that, right? But you can't do eco honors if you have just eco and not maths, right? So different things, different permutation, combination of subjects which are required, right? When I was doing research for this thing, I came to know that even BCA can be done by the students from the non-science background. Many of the students are not aware about it, right? They feel that, okay, BCA can be done only if I have sciences or if I have computers, right? But that is not the case. Even a commerce student can do BCA, right? So there are various permutations, combinations of subjects which are there, which you can think of, which you are planning to take, but you don't know that, that subject combination, right? And you should not be in a situation that after 12, you feel that you wanted to do this, right? But you did not read those subjects, right? You did not have those marks with you, right? So whichever field you choose, right, you need to understand the nitty-gritties, right? Now, if I talk about, like, many of you are interested in designing and all, right? बहुत से बच्चे होंगे जिनकी drawing अच्छी है, जिनकी creativity बहुत अच्छी है, right? How many of you know that IIT Bombay and IIT Delhi are offering the courses in designing, right? So IITs are not only for your BTech, right? Even a student from a non-science background can get the admission in IIT and do the designing course after, of course, clearing their entrance and all. And of course, the competition is very tough there also. You have got only 50-60 seats across, right? But these are the options, right? Few of the IITs, like in designing, if I talk about, few of the IITs, they do ask for the science background. But IIT Delhi and IIT Bombay, they are not asking for the science background if you want to get admission in their design course, right? So whichever field you are interested in, that's what I want to say. Do the research. Do the research. And this research is going to be done by you only, right? Your parents probably are of our generation only. We did not have those many choices. The kind of choices which the students are having right now are humongous, and probably you would be knowing more than me, right? The kind of career options which are there, right? Whatever you want to do, whatever, please try to find out the subject combination, the various premier institutes that are offering these courses, right? And the requirements, right? If they want to have certain requirement as far as the marks, minimum percentage of marks are concerned, or if they are having the entrance exam to prepare for that, all those things are required, right? Next is to follow the herd mentality, right? मेरे कजन ने ये किया, मेरे सेकंड कजन ने या फर्स्ट कजन ने, क्योंकि वो कनाडा गया तो मुझे भी कनाडा जाना है, राइट? या एक मेरी वो दीदी है, उन्होंने ऑस्ट्रेलिया से ये कोर्स किया है, मैं भी वहां जाकर वो ही कोर्स करूंगा. Don't do that. Don't do that, right? Because herd mentality, you all know herd, right? भेड़ों का झुंड, बकरियों का झुंड. We human beings, our species is much better, right? We can say that, right? We have more IQ level and EQ level as compared to them. So we are not going to follow them or follow others like them, right? Have your thing very, very clear in your mind. Don't follow कि भैया ने क्या किया या कजन ने क्या किया या मेरे पड़ोस में मैं इसके साथ खेलता था, मेरे नेबर्स के बच्चे क्या कर रहे हैं. Please don't do that, right? Follow what your interest, where your interest, your passions are lying, right? Never ever try to emulate the other person, because every one of us have different stories, right? If there are 73 students sitting here, 73 stories we are talking about, and none of the stories is similar. None. Right? You all have your own challenges, own life story. So please see that where do you fit in, right? Here also I would like to say that you need to look at the finance part also very, very clearly, right? You need to discuss with your parents, right? That if you are planning to study outside India and all, and if you're not getting any scholarships, so fine, education loans are there, but part of it still needs to be financed by your parents. Are they in a position to finance it or not? Right? Last 2 years were pretty difficult for all of us. So you need to be clear. Last moment pe wo nahi hona chahiye ki, that parents are not doing sufficient for us. They are doing best for you. Right? But it is good that if you're making yourself clear with them, right? If you want to become a pilot, one is that fine, you get into Indian Air Force. But if you want to have a commercial pilot license, there is a cost involved with it, right? So talk with your parents that, okay, this is what my dream is. How do you think we should achieve it together, right? I will be studying, I will be clearing the entrance and all, but fees part is something which needs to be probably in Indian society needs to be taken care by the parents, right? Otherwise, in outside, if I talk about the developed countries and all, it is only till high school or so where parents finance your studies. Uske baad khud kaam karo, khud tuition fees do and all that thing, right? But we are still not doing that. Our parents are also very protective, and we also expect our parents to take care of our studies. So please take them in confidence, right? Whatever you are thinking, right? You should be on the same page with your parents. Following friends, again, your peer group. Now there is a pressure now after 10th, it will be, 10th tak kyunki aap ek hi school mein padhe ho, there must be some groups, right? Person A, B, C, D, bunch of 4 friends, very, very close together, doing like studying from class 1st or 2nd and 7th, 8th, and they are very, very close. Now A, B have decided to take science, right? C is confused and D is not at all interested in science. But because AB is doing, right? जो वो confused वाला बंदा है वो भी AB के साथ निकल गया. D जिसको साइंस में बिल्कुल इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं है, वो सोचेगा कि यार ABC एक सेक्शन में हो जाएंगे, साइंस लेंगे, मस्ती करेंगे, मैं बेचारा अकेला रह जाऊंगा. And he will also end up taking science. Please don't do that, right? Please don't do that. Because this is, like I said, we are right now having 74 stories with us now, right? So A, B has different stories. Probably they have a passion towards science. They are good. And, I can tell you with my own experience and all, in 11th, if you're planning to take science, I'm not discouraging you and all, but in 11th, the level of studies are like taking 5 steps. Right now, you are taking each step, right, in every class, 6 se 7, 7 se 8, 8 se 9. 11th mein chhalang lagani hai 5 seedhiyon, right? That is the level of science or commerce or humanities even, which you are going to study, right? And that's our education system is, right? Probably this year or next year, we are going to come out with NEP and all, then the things will be different. But right now, that's what the case is, right? So don't think that because hum charo ke science mein 99 aaye hain 10th mein, maths mein 98 aaye hain, so science is going to be good for all of us. No. You can score 99 marks in science in 10th. Even then, probably you are not cut out for science because your passion lies somewhere else, right? So don't follow them blindly, right? Have a healthy discussion. Friends, even if they are with you for 11th, 12th or so, in college, you are going to go different ways. Not everybody is going to get admission in IIT. Not everybody is going to get admission in AIMS, right? You are going to have different paths, right? Remain in touch, stay in touch, because I am now 40, but I am still in contact with my friends, school friends. Someone is in Dubai, someone is in Jaipur. We are not even in the same city, but still we are in touch. Now the social media and all are there. But the career choices that you are going to make is your decision, is your story, not of anybody else. Don't think कि AB ने science लिया है, तो मुझे भी science लेना. Don't think like that, right? Then last but not the least, pressure from family or parents. Many a times, even if right now what I am looking at, the parents have become very, very conscious, right? They are not giving undue pressure to their wards, right? Sometimes wards, the children themselves also take the pressure on themselves, right? कि पापा ने ऐसा सोचा हुआ है मेरे लिए या मम्मा ने ऐसे सोचा हुआ है तो I better do that, right? Later on, after 20 years of your life, right? You are all small kids, 15 years, 14 years or so, right? After 20 years of your life, if you are blaming your parents or your family for the decision that you have taken right now, there is no use at all, right? No use at all, right? Take your decision and own your decision, right? And I think you are mature enough to have a one-to-one conversation with your parents, right? Probably there could be another session for parents, but what I am looking around and I am looking at, that parents have become more and more receptive. And if you give them the clear-cut path that, okay, even after taking humanities or after taking commerce, this is my path. I am planning to do a designing course from IIT, right? So probably I'm not going to do BTech from IIT, but a designing course I'm going to do from IIT. I mean, I think if the sensibility prevails, then they will listen to you, right? So again, don't take pressure on your own, right? And try to make them understand that every one of us have different dreams. We can't live the dreams of our parents. We can't do that, right? We are going to live with our own dreams, not with our parents, right? That needs to be discussed, needs to have a conversation on a very, very subtle way, right? I am sure that they have the best interest in their minds when they are talking to you, when they are thinking about you, because you are the only ones which they have, right? Probably you will be moving out with your family, with your careers, with your life. They have only you, right? So they can't think anything bad about you, anything negative about you. Whatever is their understanding, they will give you the best, right? But you also need to put across your point of view with them, right? But do it after doing a thorough research, which was my second point, right? Do a thorough research on whatever you want to do and then talk to your parents. And I'm sure that they will listen to you. I'm 100% sure, right? Now, moving ahead, I'm sure that talking about all those points, I'm sure that you all know about these streams, right? You know about, so we are just going to talk about them briefly. So you have Polytech, I think none of you are going to take because you are in Ramakya school. So, but otherwise biology with science with medical, biology, non-medical, maths, commerce with without maths, and humanities. These are the prominent streams after 10th which you can choose. Now, talking about biology or medical science as the option, it is not only the MBBS, it is not only the doctors that you can become. You can also get into pharma sector. You all know that the pharmaceutical sector has gone through the roof during these two pandemics. Only the pharmaceutical sector is the one who is, into lots of medicines and all those things. In fact, we all have passed this pandemic of last 2 years because of the pharmaceutical sector, their new innovations and all. Nursing is one of the sectors, botanist, zoologist, and of course MBBSs, right? So you can choose different sectors. Now, don't think कि इसका आगे scope क्या है, right? It is not always that what is the kind of money that you are going to earn, right? Different people have different definitions of success. You cannot have just one definition of success, that earning the maximum amount of money. No, it is not like that, right? Respectable life, right? Enjoying your job, enjoying whatever you are doing, right? And doing great thing in that, right? Being successful, right? So now if I talk about this maths, non-medical, now here you have BTech, BSc, MSc, BCA, MCA can be with or without science, like I said. I found out yesterday only when doing my study. Also Indian Air Force and Navy, right? Many of you, I'm not sure if you are planning to join defense forces, right? For Air Force and Navies, till date, they are looking for the science background, right? So many of the people, many of the students, they have a passion towards the defense services and all. Army mein science is not required, but if you want to enter in Air Force and Navy, then the science is required, right? So that is again one thing, like when you are filling up the NDA forms after 12th, you get to know that, okay, you are not eligible because you did not have science in 12th. And you have chosen some other subject thinking कि ठीक है मुझे तो defense में ही जाना है, but defense में science चाहिए, right? So again, research part. Of course, BTech में you have different options. The popular ones, which are CS, IT, electronics, mechanical, electrical, civil engineering. Also, certain other things like mechatronics, food technology, biotechnology, AI, data scientist. So many things which are coming up right now, right? Commerce with maths, without maths, both have the options, right? Both have the options. But like I said, commerce, there is one subject, economics, which is there. If you're planning to do eco honors, you need to have maths in commerce, right? So if you, I mean, I have seen many people who like economics, right? But maths में थोड़ा सा समझ नहीं आता, right? But अगर maths नहीं है तो eco honors आगे नहीं कर सकते, right? So again, need to have those particular knowledge about the things. Humanities, the whole list. Humanities also, it's coming with maths, right? Students are opting for humanities with taking maths and eco as two of their subjects, besides language and the other combination of subjects. So after taking humanities also, you can do eco honors. No, and in fact, if I talk about it, even science students, many of the schools are offering eco as the 5th subject, right? So you have physics, chemistry, eco, maths and English. Right? This is the combination which many of the science students are having. So that also you can think of. But if you want to do eco honors and all, then you can do it humanities also, where you need to take maths in a combination of eco. Right? Again, like I said, in case of psychology, it is, if you want to do psychology honors, it is not compulsory to have psycho as your subject. So even science and commerce students can do psycho if they are not studying during their graduation level, right? Again, if I talk about psychology as a subject, now this is the subject which are being used in AI and all, right? Because what is AI? AI is the bunch of certain algorithms and all, right? Some boards or something which are answering to all our queries, right? Now, many of the multinationals and all, they are actually hiring psychology, the people from the psychology background, where they want to know, fine, that the codes and all would be written by that BTech guy, the guy with the CS background and all. But वो code लिखने का जो पीछे का जो logic है, वो psychology वाला बंदा बताएगा, right? So, like I said, every field has its own, permutations, combinations, and own career choices that you can make, right? Now, there are, besides these courses which are specific to stream, I would also like to give 2 minutes on certain stream neutral courses. Now, they are stream neutral courses because anyone from any of the streams can come and join these courses, whether it is law, if you want to do. So law can be done from any of the streams, whether it is science, commerce, or humanities. You can do the integrated law course, right? You need to, again in this, you need to clear the entrance, which is the CLAT entrance, right? So agar law ki field mein jana hai, so again you need to know that, okay, I need to prepare for my CLAT entrance exam, right? So law, you have BBA and you have journalism and media communication courses. Again, anyone from any of the stream can come in. In these, you have the entrance exam, right? Which is the CET conducted by the IP University. For DU also now there are going to be the entrance exam, but definitely for IP University and other universities, you need to prepare for their entrance exam, right? So the common entrance test. For law, it is the CLAT exam which you need to prepare for, right? Now, I'm coming to the end of the session. There is no stream in which the most successful or the least successful people are there, right? You will find failures in every field. You will find successes in every field, right? Not everybody is Sundar Pichai from IIT or Raghuram Rajan from IIT, right? There are people who are not satisfied or who are not successful in their career even after passing out from IIT, right? So, as per the statistics again, the normal bell curve, 50% of the students, whichever stream you choose, you are going to be successful. Don't worry on that. You are going to be successful, right? 25% are very, very successful, extremely successful in their career, and 25 are fairly successful, right? On an average, right? So this is what it is, right? So don't think that, okay, only if you get admission in this institute or only if you take this stream, you are going to be successful. It is nothing like that. Nothing like that. You can be successful historian. You can be a successful sociologist. A lot of, IAS, UPSC courses, right? Most of them are from the humanities background. All these bureaucrats, right? All these IAS, IFS officers, most of them are from the humanities background, right? And they are doing very well, right? If I talk about the IFS officers, they are, they are posted in all in the foreign locales and all, right? So it is not that only IT is the way to get yourself posted in the some foreign location if you aspire to be there, right? IFS, taking humanities, clearing your UPSC exam. IFS also, you will not be posted here in India. It will always be outside, right? So explore the various options and start preparing right now, right after your 10th exams. I know the date sheet is out for the term 2 exams. It is from 26th of April, and probably you will be undergoing your pre-board exams and all for next 1 or 2 months or so, pre-board 1, 2 and all. And after that, your boards will be there. But after that, don't wait. Do your research side by side, right? And after finishing with your 10th board exams, next 2 years are going to be very, very crucial. Very, very crucial, whichever stream you choose. I'm not saying only it is going to be tough for the science students or commerce students, right? If you are planning to do humanities, UPSC exam and all, then you need to be well versed with all the current affairs, with all the political news. You need to read the newspapers on a daily basis, different magazines on a daily basis, right? So next 2 years are going to be very, very crucial for you. Please don't waste them, right? So this is the formula for success. Your knowledge, your skills, and your attitude. That will define your success. Nothing else, right? Nothing. Your career, your college which you are getting the admission, right? The course, the stream which you are going to take. If you are taking stream X half-heartedly, it will not do any good, right? Take stream Y and put all your energy in that, right? That is the mantra. So with this, I will I will conclude my session. Thank you so much for the patience listening.
Shalini ma'am, we do have some questions for us in the chat box, and there are quite a few. So I'll just take 1 moment to go through all of them. The first question that I have is from Kyra. She's asking that she wants to be a sports person and wants to choose commerce. For her, maths and science is not easy, but she has still scored well. So do you think that is the right choice for that?
I think sports, again, is going to be a stream neutral field, Biche. You can get into the sports thing from any of the streams, whether it is commerce or science or art. And now I think they are going to come out with the sports university as well, right? You have MBA in sports management, right? So this is basically a stream neutral choice. So it does not depend, it doesn't matter, whichever stream you take, you can opt for the sports field in your graduation.
All right. I'm sorry, the person's name was Kairav. I couldn't see the whole name. I only saw Kaira because the whole name was not showing on my screen. That's a boy there. Okay. The next question is, I believe, again, I can't see the full name. I believe it is Twisha, but I'll have to, Twisha Mehrish. Okay. She's asking that, like for law, we have CLAT exam. What exam can she appear for media and journalism?
For media and journalism, there is the CET exam, Common Entrance Test from IP University, right? So we can actually have the specified sessions also that what are the various subjects, how to prepare for CET and CLAT and all. Probably for right now, you can do Google and all. This is the Common Entrance Test CET, which is conducted by the IP University, right? That is the basic, in that it is logical reasoning, English language, data analysis, and a little bit of current affairs, which you need to prepare for. And after clearing that exam, you will be appearing for the counseling in the colleges, and you will get the admission in the media and journalism, right? So, and in media and journalism also, if you want to if you want to appear for that, if you want to make that as a career, again, there are n number of career options, right? It is not only anchors which whom you see on screen, but these days there is a lot of focus on the back end thing also, the news which which are coming on the digital media and all, right? So the options are many. So people who are shy of coming on screen, they can also make their career in media by doing the content writing, right? Most of the time, the anchor who is speaking, someone else is writing that, right? So if you have a good command over your language and all, you can make your career in content writing, in graphic designing, in producing the news, and also all those things are options are there for the media, right?
There are a lot of questions related to personal queries of students about the kind of jobs that they want to go into and what stream would be better for it. One is about whether maths is necessary for psychology.
Maths?
Yes.
No, it is not. Maths is not necessary for psychology. For economics honors, it is required. For psychology honors, it is not. Till date.
Srishti is asking if, what are the best colleges for law in India?
Okay, best colleges in law in India, if you talk about NLUs, right? Do the search. NLU, National Law Universities, right? They are the best. If you get the admission, if you are giving in CLAT exam, which I was talking about, common law admission test, around 54,000 students appeared last year in the CLAT exam, right? Only top 4,000 or 4,500 will go in NLUs, right? There are various NLUs across India, right? Rest all will get into the private universities and colleges, right? Even in IP University also, you have colleges which are having law as their integrated courses and all. Best, of course, are the NLUs. If you get into that, they are the IITs of law, right? So if you get into that, nothing like it. But yes, certain private universities, private colleges, the colleges under IP University are also offering the law courses, which are equally good.
Ma'am, I wanted to actually confirm from you how much time do we have for this webinar, because the questions are many, most of them relating to, I want to go into this field, what would be the best college? I think students are, after 10th, they are forgetting that they first have to choose a stream, which was the focus of this session. Yeah. So should I take up more questions like these?
We can, I think, take 2 or 3 more. We will wrap up by 2:05 or so. Ma'am, do we have the permission?
Yes, ma'am.
Nitika, ma'am, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
2 or 3 more questions.
Okay. Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
There is one particular question from Apurva, wanting to know that if they want to do corporate law, which stream would be better in 11th and 12th standard?
But for corporate law, again, I don't know about Ramakya, but many of the schools are offering legal studies as well in 11th and 12th, right? So in humanities particularly, they are you can opt for it. But like I said in my presentation, law is a stream neutral course, right? You can go and opt for law after taking science, commerce, or humanities. Just that you need to clear that CLAT exam. That is all the more important. So if you think that you can prepare for your CLAT exam along with your studies in science, go ahead with science. But if you think that, okay, you want to go for law for sure, and you want to prepare for it in a better way, right, and want to get admission in any of the NLUs and all, then I think it is better if you take the course which is like little less time consuming, right? So that choice you need to make. And if you are talking about corporate tax and all those things, these are the various streams which you take after you get into law. Okay? So जैसे specialization पहले 1 or 2 years you will be having the same courses, right? Then you will be opting for the choices, whether it is corporate law or other things, what you want to do, international law, whatever you want to do. But first is to get admission in LLB, right? BA LLB, if you want to have the integrated course, 5 years, most of the students are doing BA LLB or BBA LLB, right? because 5 years your law is, you are getting a degree of law, right? So corporate tax and or international tax or any other field of law, that will be taken afterwards. First, you need to get the admission in LLB, and this is a stream neutral. You can go in this law from any of the courses after clearing your CLAT exam.
Twisha has a follow-up question that if she wants to go for journalism in the field of business, financial journalism, and then is commerce with maths a good option for her?
Yes, that will always give an advantage to you. But besides that, journalism is a lot of, what is happening currently in the market, right? So I would suggest you, besides taking commerce with maths and all, start reading newspapers, start reading business magazine, start making sense of what is happening in the Sensex, right? So probably you will find it difficult to go through the certain terms and all. Like if you're going to take commerce with maths, for example, you're going to study accounting, right? Accounts mein teacher will tell you ki debit ye hota hai, credit ye hota hai, P&L account ye hota hai, balance sheet ye hota hai, right? All these things will be told to you. Start reading the balance sheets and P&L accounts of the actual companies. Probably you will do as a case studies in your class as well. Teachers will get you, would want you to do it. But do certain extra things also. Try reading the balance sheets. Try reading the P&L account. You have such wonderful teachers in your school. Go and discuss with them. They will be more than happy to guide you how to read all those statements, so that you will make a sense out of it. So more of the practical knowledge rather than the theoretical knowledge is required in journalism.
Okay, ma'am, thanks so much. I think we'll just take up one or two more questions.
Yes.
One is a student wants to remain anonymous about this, and he or she is asking what stream should we choose if we are confused about the career options for future? What would be the good way to go in that case?
Okay. If you are talking about like right now, you should have made a decision if you're already on the verge of clearing your class 10th, right? So, but if you're still confused, I think there are certain, psychometric tests and all, certain counselors who are available, right? Probably your school counselor can guide you. Go through that test. It is a paid test, right? You need to pay something to the counselor. If it is a total confusion, right? Bilkul clear hi nahi hai ki kaise kya kar raha hai. You can think of going through those counselors, getting that test conducted on you. It is nothing but the personality, psychometric test, which we call, and they will give you the indication. But that person, that counselor will only give you an indication. Final decision still rests on your shoulder, right? He will tell you कि क्या attitude है और किस तरह के उसमें तुम आगे successful रहोगे, but that is it, right? Final decision still rests on you. And I'm sure कि अभी तक 10th class में आते आते कुछ indication तो कुछ तरफ बन गई होगी. Probably you are not coming out with that because of those issues which I have discussed in my presentation, right? But if you put your going little philosophical, अगर अंदर झाँकोगे और दिल पे हाथ रखोगे, जवाब जरूर आएगा. I am 100% sure that answer will come within you. But if you want to have the professional advice, please go through those psychometric tests. Probably your school counselor can guide you to the best counselor which is available in your vicinity, and that person can guide you. I mean, can tell you where you would be best suited for, but the final decision still would be resting on your shoulders.
Ma'am, I'm taking the final question now from Arman, who has a perception in his mind maybe that IITs are promoting rote learning a lot, and I'm not sure where this notion is stemming from, maybe from a lot of memes and movies that they might have seen. And he feels as if, this is not actually the glorified picture that we get portrayed in other places about IITs. So would you like to clarify his notions, please?
Look, I am not from IIT, so I can't comment upon that. But those are the institutes which must be doing something good, and that's why they are classified as the Institution of Eminence, IOE, right, by the Government of India. They are the ones who are giving the best brains, not only to India, but to the whole of world. You all know the IT companies which are headed by the IITians, right? Even in financial services, if I talk about, be it the RBI governor or leading economists, they are all passed out from the IIT. So something has to be there, right? Now, having said that, like I said in my presentation, that around 3,000 students last year dropped out of IIT before they complete their courses, right? So if you don't have a passion towards a particular thing, right? Or if you don't have that inclination towards a particular thing, right? Then probably best of the institute is not meant for you, because you are not meant for it, right? So it is always, I think, the case of glass half full or half empty, right? So you need to look the things from your own perspective. If we start talking negative, then we can talk about the whole lot of suicide cases and all also which happen in the top institutes, in the highest classes and all. But we cannot paint everything with the same brush, right? We need to look at all the things holistically, right? So probably if a person is not meant out for that, then probably the institute is also not meant out for him. We need to look at from both the sides rather than just pointing the fingers. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shalini. And I think you have answered most of the queries. A lot of the students are still asking questions about what course to pursue. Because students, I'd like to, first of all, apologize that I have not taken up all the queries over here. This is due to paucity of time. And some questions are very person specific and they do not exactly relate to the agenda that we had today. So my apologies for that. Secondly, what ma'am said in the beginning is that you have to do some research on your own about the courses that you're trying to pursue. You all have this wonderful tool of Google at your disposal. So please do go online, do search about the courses that you want to pursue. Look up the internet. There is a lot of information available, and I'm sure you will arrive at most of the things will be clarified right after that. And one more suggestion is that you should speak to the subject teachers concerned within your school as well. They would also be able to help you when it comes to these things. Okay, so with that, I'd like to wind up this session over here. Thank you so much to all the students, teachers, and management of the school for joining us today and for being a very interactive audience here. You can, of course, reach out to career counselors as well for more guidance. Reach out to us if you have queries about IPU-related courses, particularly since we are affiliated to that. And, of course, reach your teachers as well. Thank you so much. And I would like to conclude the session here. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. And on behalf of Ramagya School, I would like to thank Delhi Metropolitan Education for conducting such a wonderful session. And I thank Dr. Shalini Gautam ma'am for being here, for taking out her precious time and also sharing valuable advice. I hope that a lot of doubt of the student, they are already clear. And now they will have some sort of idea in order to choose their career path, that which way to go. And looking forward for more such sessions. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone, for joining. Thank you. Bye.